Hello everyone. I hope you are doing well. This video is regarding the introduction, history, scope and importance of microbiology. You will learn a lot from this video. Microbiology is a branch of science that deals with the study of microorganisms. These are tiny, often microscopic, organisms that can exist as single cells, clusters of cells, or even multicellular relatively complex organisms. The field of microbiology is diverse and encompasses several subdisciplines, including bacteriology, virology, mycology, parasitology, and immunology. Microorganisms are the small living things that include unicellular, multicellular or acellular. Unicellular are single-cells organisms like Koch, bacilli, Vireo and spirale. Multicellular are filaments and sheaths to form cell colonies like blue-green algae. Cyanobacteria, fungi, protozoans and bacteria, whereas acellular are organisms without cells, like viruses, prions. These microorganisms are not visible by naked eyes, only observed under microscope. Like other organisms, microorganisms survive, grow and also require a source of energy and nourishment to survive and to growth. Many microorganisms are beneficial to human and some are pathogenic in nature. This image is showing the structure of unicellular single-cell organisms and multicellular organisms. History. History of microbiology is divided into three stages, namely discovery stage, transition stage and modern microbiology. Discovery stage. Aristotle described living and non-living organisms and their differentiation. Roger Bacon, 13th century, described that diseases are caused by living creatures. Thereafter in 1546, Fracastorius described that communicable diseases were caused by living agents known as germs. In 1665, the first report on cell structure was described by Robert Hooke. Later, during mid-1600s, Anton van Leeuwenhoek, 1632–1723, was the first person who used a microscope of his own design to direct observations of microbes. He discovered microorganisms in 1675 and named bacteria and protozoa as animalcules. He has provided full description of bacteria. From that time he was known as one of the founders of microbiology. In 1659, culture was reported minute worms in the blood during plague attack to human. Transition stage. In this era, Francesco Redi, 1626–1697, showed that maggots would not arise from decaying covered meat. Further, John Needham, 1713–1781, proposed that tiny organisms arise spontaneously on the mutton gravy, and he supported the spontaneous generation theory. Thereafter Lazzaro Spallanzani, 1729–1799, demonstrated that air carried germs to the culture medium and also revealed that boiled broth would not give growth of microorganisms. In next, John Tyndall, 1820–1893, in 1877 proved the need for prolonged heating for elimination of microbial life from infusions, which are recently termed as Tyndallization, in which heat-stable as well as heat-sensitive bacteria both are killed. In 1835, Agostino Bassi demonstrated that a silkworm disease called muscadine was due to fungal infection. Modern microbiology. The actual development of microbiology came with Louis Pasteur, Robert Koch, Lord Lister, Alexander Fleming and Paul Ehrlich. Louis Pasteur is known as the father of medical microbiology because he has coined the terms microbiology, aerobic and anaerobic. In 1897, he suggested that mild heating at 62.8 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes was more effective than boiling to destroy the pathogenic organisms without change of taste of the product. This method was known as pasteurization. Hence, he was known as the inventor of the pasteurization. Thereafter he also invented fermentation process and developed effective live attenuated vaccines against rabies and anthrax. He also demonstrated disease of silkworm was due to protozoan parasite. Lord Joseph Lister. He is known as father of antiseptic surgery. He also revealed that wound infections were due to microorganisms and discovered the method of destroying microorganisms in the operation theatre by spraying a fine mist of carbolic acid in the air. Robert Koch. He demonstrated the role of bacteria in causing diseases and also invented technique for bacteria isolated from pure culture. He only explained first the germ theory of diseases in 1876. There are 4 Koch's postulates, viz. A. The causative agents are surely present in every individual with the disease. B. They must be isolated and grown in pure culture. C. When the pure culture inoculated into an experimental animal it surely caused the disease, and D. The causative agent must be re-isolated and re-identified from the experimental animal as well as in pure culture respectively. Edward Jenner, 1749–1823, was the first scientist who prevents smallpox by the technique discovered of vaccination. Martinus Willem Beijing, 1851–1931, was one of the founders of virology and environmental microbiology. Paul Ehrlich. He discovered the treatment of syphilis by using arsenic, arsphenamine. He was the founder of biological standardization with his work on toxins and antitoxins in quantitative manner. He also invented the precursor technique to Gram staining bacteria. Alexander Fleming, 1881–1955, was the first scientist who discovered world's first antibiotic substance benzylpenicillin, penicillin G, from the mold Penicillium notatum. In 1928 that destroy many pathogenic bacteria and received Nobel Prize in 1945. This slide is showing the branches of microbiology. By taxonomy. Bacteriology. It is the study of bacteria. Immunology. It is the study of the immune system. It looks at the relationships between pathogens such as bacteria and viruses and their hosts. Mycology. It is the study of fungi, such as yeasts and molds. Nematology. It is the study of nematodes, roundworms. Parasitology. It is the study of parasites. Not all parasites are microorganisms, but many are. Protozoa and bacteria can be parasitic. The study of bacterial parasites is usually categorized as part of bacteriology. Phycology. It is the study of algae. Protozoology. It is the study of protozoa, single-celled organisms like amoebae. Virology. It is the study of viruses. By type of research. Astromicrobiology. It is the study of the origin of life on Earth, and the search for extraterrestrial life. Next is evolutionary microbiology. It is the evolution of microorganisms. Next is microbial cytology. It is the study of microscopic and submicroscopic details of microorganisms. Next is microbial physiology. It is the study of biochemical Functioning of the microbial cells with respect to the study of microbial growth, microbial metabolism and microbial cell structure. Next is microbial ecology. It is the relationship between microorganisms and their environment. Next is microbial genetics. It is the study of how genes are organized and regulated in microbes in relation to their cellular functions, which is closely related to the field of molecular biology. Next is cellular microbiology. It is a discipline bridging microbiology and cell biology. Next is evolutionary microbiology. It is the study of the evolution of microbes. This field can be subdivided into microbial taxonomy. It is the study of naming and classification of microorganisms. Microbial systematics. It is the study of the diversity and genetic relationship of microorganisms. Generation microbiology. It is the study of those microorganisms that have the same characters as their parents. Next is molecular microbiology. It is the study of the molecular principles of the physiological processes in microorganisms. Then nanomicrobiology. It is the study of those microorganisms on nano level. Next is biological agent. It is the study of those microorganisms which are being used in weapon industries. Next is the applied microbiology, which includes medical microbiology. It is the study of the pathogenic microbes that are responsible for human illness. It includes the study of microbial pathogenesis and epidemiology and is related to the study of disease pathology and immunology. Pharmaceutical microbiology. It is the study of microorganisms that are related to the production of antibiotics, enzymes, vitamins, vaccines, and other pharmaceutical products and that cause pharmaceutical contamination and spoil. Industrial microbiology. It is the exploitation of microbes for use in industrial processes like industrial fermentation and wastewater treatment, which is linked to the biotechnology industry. Microbial biotechnology. It is the study of genetic and molecular level manipulation of microorganisms to generate useful products. Food microbiology and dairy microbiology. It is the study of microorganisms causing food spoilage and foodborne illness. Agricultural microbiology. It is the study of agriculturally relevant microorganisms. This field can be further classified into the following: plant microbiology and plant pathology, where the interactions between microorganisms and plant pathogens are studied. Secondly, soil microbiology. It is the study of those microorganisms that are found in soil. Veterinary microbiology. It is the study of the role of microbes in veterinary medicine or animal taxonomy. Environmental microbiology. It is the study of the function and diversity of microbes in their natural environments. This involves the characterization of key bacterial habitats such as the rhizosphere and phyllosphere, soil and groundwater ecosystems, open oceans or extreme environments. Extremophiles. Scope of microbiology. Microbiology has impact on medicine, agriculture, food science, ecology, genetics, biochemistry, immunology and many other fields. Based on the specific groups of the microorganisms, the specialists are known as bacteriologist, specialist in bacteria study; virologists, specialist in virus study; mycologist, specialist in fungi study, and so on. Some of the recent scopes are highlighted below. 1. Ecology and environment. Bacteria are primary. decomposes as they recycle nutrients back into the environment. Soil microbes play important roles in the sulfur, carbon, nitrogen biochemical cycles. Some bacteria are used as biopesticides to control insects' pest. Microbes are also used to clean up pollutants and toxic wastes through bioremediation. For example, Pseudomonas putida is used to remove petroleum spill. 2. Food microbiology. Microbes are used in various food and dairy industries to produce various food products like cheese, pickles, sauerkraut, green olives, yogurt, soy sauce, vinegar, bread, etc. Pasteur, 1856, described fermentation technology which helped in production of beer, wine, alcohol, etc. 3. Medicines. Clinical and pharmaceutical microbiology. Disease treatment. Microbes are used to produce antibiotics like Penicillium notatum, penicillin, discovered by Alexander Fleming, 1928. Bacteria also synthesize vitamins which are needed for our body like E. coli. Vitamin B and K are needed for metabolism and blood clotting respectively. Recently, gene therapy for treatment of genetic diseases is advanced scope of microbiology in medical field. 4. Vaccine and immunology. Vaccine activates immune response. Sir Edward Jenner inoculated people with cowpox to protect against smallpox. Thereafter Pasteur developed the rabies vaccine, 1885, von Behring and Kitasato, 1890, produced toxoid vaccine against diphtheria and tetanus. Furthermore, Metchnikoff, 1884, described role of phagocytic cell in defense. 5. Genetic engineering. Microorganisms are used in recombinant DNA technology to manipulate their gene for the production of enzymes, hormones, interferons, etc. 6. Biochemistry and physiology. Microorganisms are used as a model for study of many biochemical and physiological processes. 7. Industrial microbiology. Like biotechnology, fermentation technology, food and beverages etc. are now established on large industrial scale for income, and there is a scope of patients' right for procedure used. Proteases, amylase from bacillus are used in textile and detergent industries. Methanococcus is used for the production of methane in fuel industry. 8. Agriculture microbiology. Genetic engineering is used for the production of transgenic plants and animals for better production, resistant to environmental fluctuation. Transgenic animals or plants are used as bioreactor for mass production through molecular farming. 9. Geochemical microbiology. Bioleaching. Recovery of minerals from low-grade ores also plays a role in geochemical cycle. 10. Exomicrobiology. It is also exploring for life in outer space. Importance of microbiology. The importance of microbiology began with the discovery of antibiotics, which prevent serious infections. Thereafter, vaccination and better sanitation practices reduced the incidence of infectious diseases, and most infectious diseases were under control, but some are reappearing because pathogens are showing increasing resistance to antibiotics. Hence, many new diseases are emerging and many harmless organisms are discovered as causative agents for new diseases. Furthermore, interest in bioterrorism has progressed from past few eras. Bioterrorism is terrorism involving the intentional release or dissemination of any pathogenic microorganisms like bacteria, viruses, or toxins that may be in a natural or a human-modified form. The common examples of bioterrorism are anthrax, smallpox, botulinum toxin, bubonic plague, H1N1, AIDS, HIV, Zika and Ebola viruses, etc. Biosurveillance is the science of real-time disease outbreak detection. Its principles are applied to both natural and man-made epidemics. A tiny electronic chip has been invented to identify broad range of toxins. It contains living nerve cells that warn of the presence of bacterial toxins. Another fiber optic tube that is lined with antibodies coupled to light-emitting molecules identifies specific pathogens like anthrax, botulinum, etc. Recent research invented ultraviolet avalanche photodiodes which detect anthrax and other bioterrorism agents in the air in advance. Vaccines are in research stage to control and prevent many endemic diseases. Recently, vaccine has been discovered for treatment of dengue virus. India is currently working on vaccines to prevent dengue, and by the year 2020 it will be in Indian market. Recently in 2017, a vaccine has discovered against malaria which is 100% effective. Pharmaceutical industry. Pharmacists are discovering various antimicrobial drugs to prevent an escalating number of communicable diseases by understanding the human cell mechanism. They work with microbiologists to ensure that drug therapies target the opportunistic microbes without harming its human host. Another important role in pharmaceuticals is the use of medically important studies on microbes, such as bacteriophodopsin, a protein from the plasma membrane of Halobacterium salinarum. Medical devices. It is mainly used for fast and precise detection of pathogens in tissue samples. Cosmetic microbiology. Microbial contamination in cosmetic products is a major concern to the industry. Contamination with microorganisms has become a major cause of both product and economic losses. I request to you, please subscribe this channel and like and share this video to get more videos and updates. Thank you.